Bheag, Mhór, attributed to O'Carolan. Now, the tune evidently is an older tune according to Wiki, so I can't vouch for that. But it's interesting reading about this tune that evidently they believe O'Carolan may have heard this and used it with his tune, his song, from an earlier melody. Now, I don't know how true that is, so it would be worthwhile somebody actually fully researching that one. But the tune, nevertheless, is generally acknowledged as being an O'Carolan tune. And it's a beautiful melody, no doubt about that. Evidently, Bheag and Mhór are two burial mounds in Ireland, two hills. So it's a fascinating title as well. And I would say with this particular tune, when you play this one, the most important thing to do is not to rush it. It would be so easy to go through this tune and play it at some speed, but it really doesn't require that. It requires a more steady, relaxed pace. It feels like the tune is in 3/4 timing to me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Counting in my mind without checking the musical notation as yet, it suggests it's a 3/4 tune. So when I play it, I kind of use the rhythm from my foot. I'm kind of going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to try and hold the rhythm nice and steady. And then I'm adding slides and some grace notes and some vibrato as well. So the slides basically are things like on the A string where you slide up to the first note. And there's also a slide on the third note on the A string. So you can use slides in this tune as you feel fit. Obviously you don't want to overdo it, but it is worth slipping a slide in every now and then. Oh, that's a tricky phrase to say, but it's worth trying to add the odd little slide. Also grace notes. The grace notes I was adding to the tune were chiefly ones where I'm holding my first finger down on the first note and hammering on and off the third note. And also on the A string. So you probably will have heard that when I was playing the tune a few moments ago. Also, it's worth trying to add the odd little bit of vibrato into this tune to emphasise some of those longer notes. Now, I know as a fiddle player, we don't tend to play an awful lot of vibrato in tunes, but I think on this particular tune it's worth trying to add some vibrato if you can. Basically, that's where you wobble your finger like that. That gives you that sort of vibrating kind of sound, and it can just make a lengthy note sound a little bit more interesting to the ear. So a combination of those three things, slides, an occasional grace note and some vibrato on the longer notes, add to this tune and make it sound interesting to the listener. So moving through the tune, the first section, I'll play the first section. Okay, that's just on the A, the E and the D string. Then moving on, E string, now this is lovely, this part. This is where you are holding down the first note on the E string, which in this instance is the F sharp, and then you're going to play immediately afterwards the B on the A string, which is the first finger again. So what you do is you hold one finger down between the two strings like a bridge. So you can go. Okay, so I'll play that again. And then you play the open E and the open A. Now when I went from that part, I actually played the open E there. But you can actually play the A note, the E note, by using your fourth finger, your little finger, your pinky, on the A string. So the whole thing played together now. I'll play it from the top. 3, 4. Another thing I should mention there is I play something slightly different to what you find in most notation books. I do a sort of run up. Here it comes. So it sounds like this. Now you don't see that in many well, I've never seen it in another notation book, but it's one thing that I have listened and learnt by playing with lots of other musicians in and around the area that I live. And that there is a strong Irish influence in this area, and that's where I picked it up. So it's interesting. It's almost like a return to get you back to the end of the tune. So moving on to the B section now, it sounds like this. So the only tricky part there might be that stretch up to the B note on the E string using your little finger, your pinky. So it starts off like this. Okay. There's a slide down there. There's that run again. There's the bridge. So let's do that part again, the B section, 3, 4. Slide down. Up to that top note. There's one point to point out to you there. When you go to that first part with that top B, and you go and hit that top B, do it like this. It's almost a hammer on onto that B. That's the way I like to play it anyway, because it gives a little bit more rhythm into that section of the tune. Okay, I'm going to play the whole tune now from start to end, just the A and the B. I won't repeat it twice, just the A and the B, and I won't go too quickly. 3, 4. O'Carolan, she beg, she Mhór. I'll put the notation on screen for you as well, so you can follow along as I'm playing it, and hopefully that will give you an interesting starting point to this tune. As I say, there are probably lots of different ways of playing it and lots of different interpretations. That's just my own interpretation, which I've ended up learning and playing and developing over the years. So hopefully you'll find that of interest, and certainly a starting point for this interesting melody. Okay, thank you very much for all of your suggestions, and I'll keep O'Carolan coming. Thank you now. See you again soon. Bye-bye now.